Live.
Hey
0
folks,
seconds.
this is Glenn Davis with I Am the Blind Dude. I just want to reward that.
Now. New survey.
Oh,
Take it now before it expires. 0. Welcome to 0. Live. 19
sorry
seconds.
about that, folks. I was interrupted by how these smartphones are not smart at all. In fact, they're pretty dumb. You wave it in the air, and then you get something going on all the time. But my deal is that I am shocked that football is over, and pretty soon now we're going to have the draft, and people will be fighting for jobs pretty soon with the NFL, and they'll be working hard, lifting weights, and everything. I see Baltimore Colts or Indianapolis Colts looking like they might be in the playoffs this year or this next season coming up. Chiefs can be in it real easy, and the Chargers too. They all could be in it, and the other teams might be getting better season. They got more experience in, but the draft season here we are looking at college football signings. USC, University of South Carolina, Gamecocks got a good signee, and he's one of the top players in the country in high school football. And this is going to be very significant with the tough schedule in the SEC. That's Carolina football. And I urge everybody to pay attention to South Carolina. The only way they can do this is take one team at a time. And I hope they do better than Frank Martin did against Kentucky with a 76-46 loss. I mean, that really hurt the Gamecocks' chance to go to the big dance. And I think for a change, that South Carolina might have a pretty good season. Hopefully, this guy that they signed in will be a very talented guy like Debo Samuel. So they really need some help on defense as well and get it filled in so that way they can have a great defensive 4 or 3 to get sacks this next football season. For the first game, it's North Carolina going to Charlotte with bad memories of the Virginia game of 28-0. I hope Carolina gets over that. And wish Debo Samuel all the best, but he's been so beaten up that I don't think he's going to be able to keep up with the big boys of the National Football League. For the practice and everything is very difficult on the weights and all that, and I just think he's going to have a hard time keeping up. We'll see how it goes, and I like to keep up with him and see which team really does in the draft grab Debo Samuel. I think that's the top headline of the day. Who's the NFL team that will probably get him? And is it the worst lost team or whatever in the draft? But it'll be interesting to see who does get Debo Samuel, for his talent will be sorely needed in some of the teams that had a worse season. And I think he'll do fine in the NFL like Davian Clowney, who is doing well with the Texans. And I think that baseball season's probably in just 59 days to the 29th of March, and the Braves play their first game at 1:05, I think it is. And if you give me a second, I'll find out real quick. Who does the Atlanta Braves play in their first game?
The Braves take on the Mets on February 23rd, 2019 at 1:10 p.m.
Okay, folks, the Atlanta Braves take on the Mets at 1:10 p.m. on February 23rd. Huh? I mean, here we are looking at pro baseball, and we're looking at college baseball kicking in about the 15th of February, and that's going to be great to have baseball looking like it's coming back, and racing will be in. We should have Daytona 500 coming up shortly, and we also got the AAF. the Alliance American Football League, and they have a great system going up. They don't pay very much. Apparently, this league is only up to $250,000, and from what I understand from Mike and Mike, is that they pay their guys like a salary, and they got, well, at least a medical. They might save football from the NFL going bankrupt, because I heard insurance is very high, on a high risk with these players if they're injured. So the AAF does something as insurance policy, especially with concussion running rapid. And I heard somebody passed away. I can't remember the name, but they say his brain looked like mush from being hit so many times. So football is dangerous. I admit that. But you know what you're getting into, especially when you get into that big bucks category. You know, the millions and millions of dollars, like Aaron Rodgers gets paid $40 million in the last season, and to come back with the Green Bay Packers, and look what happened. You take a chance. I guess roll of the dice. But apparently it didn't work out so far. The coach got fired for some reason. Now they gotta have to get a son for the new coach. So it'll be interesting next season to see if Aaron Rodgers and the new coach happens to get along. So, the other coach, they did fine. But apparently it looks like Aaron Rodgers probably going to have to get a new coach. And the Browns quarterback, Baker Mayfield, is looking like he's going to have to pick it up again. Hopefully they get a good draftee like Debo Samuel for Baker Mayfield to throw to him. And that'll be a great combo right there, I believe. Hopefully the Browns does get him, and he goes to Cleveland. And that'd be a great season right there. That'd be interesting. And the Redskins made a charge. Can they do it again? We'll have to wait and see. Dallas, they made the playoffs, so we'll have to wait and see. They could be in the mix next season to go to the Super Bowl. They had a great season to make it to the playoffs. So it is very interesting to watch. And I feel for LeBron James. LeBron James lost the worst loss of his career, 136-94. I believe it was last night, and it was apparently a bad loss for LeBron. And so we just, hopefully he could play better in the next game, and hopefully get his confidence built back up. He must not be happy with the LA Lakers. So, that's the way it goes on the gamble. Maybe they could go back to Cleveland and play with them, get a crowd around him that supports him. Apparently they're having a problem with LeBron James. So it don't look too good here. Hey, folks, go to your choice of a church this Sunday. My choice is New Jerusalem Church at 108 Dorchester Manor, where our Apostle Prelo does a sermon between 10 and 12, and she does a real great job in getting the word to the people. So if you want to do an Apostle church, you need to go to 108 Dorchester Manor, New Jerusalem, the Triumphant Church, and there you will feel triumphant with the Word of God by Dr. Apostle Prelo and company, and the praise team does great too. So I urge everybody to go between 10 and 12. Contact the church at 843-207-9915 and ask for our tribe leader, Elder Noble, and she can give you a clue to what will be going on in the announcements. And I also urge people to read my book at Christian Faith Publishing, 866-554-0919. And it's a great read. It's about what would happen to you if you lost your sight and you didn't like a cane, and maybe you wanted to get to a guide dog, and have to encounter challenges when you do it afterwards. So I urge everyone to read God's Eyes. It's a great read, and everybody says so. And I'm going to be selling more books at Robert's Barbecue at 5120 Ashley Phosphate Road. It's a great place to eat. I urge everyone to do it. I do it as well. And I hope one day they'll get banana pudding in, and that'd be a great deal. That would sell it big time. So support Robert's Barbecue. It's a great place to eat. And the NFB, it needs to be recognized. The National Federation of the Blind needs your help. It's one of the oldest chapters there ever will be, so they really need your help in donating. And call NFB, National Federation of the Blind, at 843-722-2528. She was a former president, Josephine Smith. She can direct you to Laverne, who's our present president, and therefore you can also pay the yearly dues or do a membership. We can't lose this chapter. It's in Charleston, South Carolina. It's one of the oldest chapters in the country. Please support it, and please, please keep it open.
Finish. 11 minutes 29 seconds.
So my point is that you need to really support their cause. For the National Federation of the Blind, educate and fight for equality of the blind. And T-Mobile is a great company, and they're ready to straighten your situation or help you out with a cell phone and might even have a good deal. Contact T-Mobile at your discretion. They might have a website, I do believe they do, tmobile.com. Also, Best Choice is the best choice for internet web designs. Ask for Clifford. He's at 1-800-457-5058. His best choice is the best choice for your company to tie in with the internet. And that way you can also get advertisement and clients, probably more clients through that direction, and enhance your business. Go with Best Choice, the best choice that there ever will be. Okay, now baseball is coming around the corner, and also we have the best sport in the world coming up, and it's the Ravenel Bridge Run. It's going to be April the 6th, Saturday. Usually early that morning, Channel 5 will probably air a special when they start running. Probably very early that morning, around 7:30 to 8. And I myself hope that somebody else wins besides. I guess the Africans should be what I need to call them. And the runners have the best advantage. They're very tall. They would work out in Africa where it's warm and hot. That time of year in April can be very cool though. And I have not known a bridge run to be very warm. But usually the warm weather does not come until the middle or towards the end of April. And I just want folks to know that we appreciate your support with this DavisVeteranServices.us, and go to HolyCitySportsBuzz.com. And we thank you for your pledge and your support. I also ask that companies come in and advertise with me, and therefore the money, to be honest with you, will come to me to better my wife and I. This is my business, folks. I have a business license and all that to go with it. I have a bank account that's business, and it's open to you whenever you want to see my books. To show you guys that I'm an honest person, you can always call the bank at Heritage Trust Federal Credit Union. They're a great credit union. I shouldn't say bank or I'll be corrected, but they're a great credit union. They're on Ashley Phosphate Road, 8435 Ashley Phosphate Road, and ask for Sierra. She's the bank manager that can vouch for my business and my talent. I just have the gift of painting, and that's my business too, folks. It's going to better my wife and I's lifestyle. We're tired of being in these neighborhoods. It's very dangerous in our neighborhood. And we want people to know that we want to get out of here and go somewhere out the southwest in Laramie. I want to put up a ranch and raise cattle and horses and also grow crops and make it a good, productive farm to feed America. And we're going to make people healthy in every way. This will be the best beef in America to purchase whenever the money comes together. And I'll move to Laramie where the climate is more situated out there and will be able to, keep Dolly and I comfortable. And it's frying down here in the summer at 100 or better, and 80 at night or better. And it's hard to get comfortable to rest or anything. Ask for your prayers out there. I'm going to do an endoscopy. Something has been wrong with my stomach ever since medical university botched up my colonoscopy, and it's been an attack of diarrhea. And I hope it ain't nothing serious, but with the battles I had to encounter with the transportation system by not accepting Morgan and yelling at my wife and all that, I have to defend my wife. So pray that I don't have ulcers. Therefore, I'll be all right. And it's something bacterial or something with the medicine. Sometimes your side effect in medicine goes, and one of them's always diarrhea on the bottle. So be careful on the medicine you do take. So pray for me with my endoscopy in the morning. That's why I'm doing another report, so you won't miss tomorrow. So I'm doing one ahead, okay? So I'm sorry for the late, but again, the transportation system is not great, and this area is overpopulated due to the fact that a lot of people love the weather down here. They can't endure a few months of a rough winter, so they come down here and do their thing. But me, I would like to go up there. I don't mind snow. We never see snow down here. So the ocean and all that has an effect. The ground temperature, most of the time, it's not cold enough. Last year we was lucky to have a cold winter and get snow. Apparently this year we got something going with the atmosphere, and we have a warm winter in place. I guess it can't be El Nino, but I don't know if it's El Nino or La Nina, but it's one of them. But right now I'm sticking with El Nino. That's the one that's got all the rain and cold and everything. And I hope everybody else is not too cold up north, and that they get a leather log in the fireplace, and be careful and with those things and space heaters and all that good stuff. We don't want to see nothing happen to our good American people up everywhere. So I hope everybody stays safe, and we'll see how much time with YouTube, okay?
Finish. 19 minutes 1 second.
So, folks, I got one more minute to bring up the fact that the draft is coming up. In this football draft, we got signees. We got recruiting going on all year. We got a $40 million building, and that's supposed to support the Gamecocks. Hopefully, it'll build them up to be a better team and have a decent season. Lord knows their prayers for Will Muschamp must be, go out to him with the roughest schedule in the SEC. I know Frank Martin may not even have a chance to go to the big dance because the losses have been very significant. Kentucky beat him by 30 points, So I do not believe that Frank Martin will ever make it to March Madness, not as long as he has this group right here. And I hope they're freshmen because they'll have a chance to gain more experience and play better. Chris Silva, I know, is not. I think he's up to his senior year. So, they have to watch out for. And if Phil Kornblue is out there listening, Phil, I'm sorry about your job. And Will, I didn't care for Will too much now, Corn. He always condemning people and stuff. Maybe that's what did you in. Pro was okay, but that Will, whatever his last name was, he ruined y'all. And I hope y'all do well as a local station. I sure do apologize, but I hope you work your way up and become an 800 all-around station like myself. And hopefully I could do better in the ratings than you can. I can't understand why you didn't get callers. Sometimes you did and didn't. Maybe that Will guy was the cause. But I can't judge because I don't know what caused it. But you wasn't getting the listenership. So I hope y'all pay attention to my show. And I look forward to you next time when I'll be with you, hopefully Thursday. I'll do another report. Maybe a good basketball game, but I can't wait. Next Saturday is the AAF. So I heard it was going to start. I'd like to see how it goes. And I'll let you know if I see Spurrier in one of them games. I heard he's the head coach of one of those teams. So, folks, it's going to be a good night tonight for resting. It's going to be nice and comfortable, probably around in the 50s or 40s, upper 40 range. But anyway, y'all have a good night. Be safe. Pray to God. And may say your prayers, kids. You make you a better person. Listen to your parents and honor your parents. So you only got one mom and one pop. So look up to them and follow their example and obey God. And don't say GD ever. That's cursing the Lord's name in vain. And it's in the commandments, okay? And don't practice no homophobia or whatever because that's against God's law. All right? If you don't believe me, read your Bible. That's the best place. In fact, I encourage a relationship with my God and Lord. And I hope y'all don't hold it against me, but I love my Creator, my God, and I'll push Him. So I hope y'all can lean on that, and it helps your situation. Call out to Him, and He should be able to help you. And I love you guys. Y'all be safe. Bueno con dias, amigo. And good night, y'all, amigos and senoritas, and hope to see you. And I hope that y'all call sometime. And if you like Clifford, call him at 1-800-457-5058. My websites are ready for your donations. Please do a marathon and keep going and, let them come in. Okay? So y'all be safe. And I got the Virginian, James Drury. He's coming on. So I'm going to go ahead and enjoy him. So I hope you all out there have a good night. Au revoir.
Finish. 4 minute finish. Finish alert.